Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. You know that. I know that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And as a little treat to y'all, I think we should go on a little trip. A lot of y'all have requested that we venture to this world. No, I'm not talking about Disney World. No, I'm not talking about Wally World. I'm talking about Girl World.
Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege.
Hey friends, just a heads up, later in this video, we are going to talk about an amazing giveaway I have for y'all thanks to the sponsor of this video, Blesa. You do not want to miss it, Miss Ma'am. Okay, I'm sorry for yelling at you, but I just really don't want you to miss it. Okay, bye. Now, before we get into talking about the queens of Girl World, and I'm not saying Girl World, I'm saying Girl World. We have to set a few ground rules. Okay, let's get into it. Rule number 1, we do not hate on the girls due to their weight. That is unacceptable. We do not do that. Number 2, the girls are terrible people, and that's why they are disliked and possibly hated. And we'll be covering some of those reasons why in today's video. Number 3, fat phobia and hateful comments regarding these individuals' weight will not be tolerated. Go look in the mirror. Why are you acting like that? It's gross. Stop. And number 4, there are a few rules when engaging with Girl World content. The most important rule is rule number 1. The girls always lie. The second most important rule is that the girls never leave their partners. The partner always leaves them. Keep these 2 rules in mind as we delve into Girl World, okay? Now, the individuals that we will be covering today are the ever iconic Amberlynn Reed and Chantal Marie, also known as Foodie Beauty. Amberlynn and Chantal have been unofficially/officially, unequivocally dubbed the queens of Girl World. I was doing it wrong. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Before we get too far into this video, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, which you already know is Blesa. Guys, I need to share something absolutely insane with you. I've never seen anything like this, and for once in my life, I'm a little bit speechless, but not too speechless to tell you about it. The first collection of silent toys are here. You heard right, silent. The brains at Blesa created what they call whisper tech, and it somehow delivered us an assortment of toys in all shapes that hit all the spots in silence. They're so quiet, no noise, full power. So of course I got to do a giveaway to hook you up, and thanks to Blesa, we're able to do that. So literally everyone wins a free toy. Meet the Whisper Collection, the world's first silent vibrators. Blesa's new Whisper Tech makes sure you never need to choose between power and discretion. You can put your pleasure first without waking up the entire house or even your sleeping partner right next to you. And now in whatever format you prefer, you know and love the Whisper Bullet, the silent bullet vibe with 5 speeds. It's tiny and literally inaudible, and the power is insane. And then there's the Whisper Rabbit and the Whisper Vibe, which both have 6 vibration speeds. The Whisper Vibe gives you the easiest G-spot stimulation you'll find, and the Whisper Rabbit has independently adjustable clitoral and G-spot stimulators, in case you want to step it up a notch, but still in silence. Here's the Whisper Bullet. Do you hear it? No, you don't. Let's get closer to the mic. Do you hear it? Nope, you don't. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I don't get it, but I love it. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Honestly, you have to see it and not hear it to believe it. So before I get back to my light reading, like I said, I need to hook y'all up, okay? Everyone who signs up through the link in my description box wins a free Whisper Vibe, or, and I know a lot of y'all swear by this one and love it, a free rose toy with any Whisper purchase. Girl. So like I said, click the link in my description box or in the pinned comment to grab your new vibe. So what is Girl World, might you ask? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you. The Girl World podcast, yes, there's a whole podcast and community around this, did a great job as defining it as a motley crew made up of infamous YouTube creators, the reaction/drama channels archiving their antics, and the dedicated viewers, often labeled as haters, following along. Both Amberlynn and Chantal started vlogging on YouTube about their lives and their desires to lose weight over a decade ago. While the girls have been friendly in the past several years ago, Amber popped into the chat of one of Chantal's ex-partners, quote unquote, and left a supportive comment, and that was enough to piss off Chantal forever. If a situation presents itself as beneficial to Amber or Chantal, they will play pretend friends in a video. If not, they will occasionally drag one another to filth online. I'm not gonna lie, you're most likely never gonna be actually ready and seated and sat to get into the depths of hell of Girl World, but get ready because here we go. And let's start by learning more about the one and only Amberlynn Reed. Now, I do just want to say my knowledge of Amberlynn Reed before all of this and before doing this video was literally Peter Mon talking about her multiple times on his channel over the last 10 years. And that's literally it. Just him calling Amberlynn Reed a liar for a decade. So boy, was I not ready.
Oh, shit.
Books are good for the brain. What happened? A heart attack today. Brain and petals, these drop. I wore the wrong shoes. I am dumb. Oh.
Amberlynn Reed, not affectionately nicknamed Liar Lynn, Grammar Lynn, Vocabulary Lynn, Filter Lynn, Amber Lint, Dr. Lynn Medicine Woman, ALR, Childish Hambino, Helpless Lynn, Thirst Trap Lynn, Ambi, and Diddy Lynn. That one didn't age pretty well, I guess. She's 34 years old, allegedly single, is a YouTuber with around 246,000 followers, started a weight loss YouTube channel in 2013, was bedbound at one point due to her weight, which was rumored to be close to, if not above, 600 pounds. She's a serial liar. She always lies. That's how she pronounces it. She is allegedly a narcissist, although she does disagree.
I'm not a narcissist.
She's been involved in countless controversies, known for her mukbang videos. That's probably where all of you have seen her, if you have. And she posts frequent thirst traps, which, hey, go off, queen. Now, like I said, Amberlynn Reed has over 240,000 followers on YouTube. She has a decent following, but as we all know, views are what counts on social media and what pays the bills. And her views have dramatically dropped over the years, like it has for a lot of people. So currently she's getting around 35 to 45,000 views per video, when previously she was getting upwards of 200,000 views per video. On TikTok, she has around 150,000 followers, and on Instagram, she has over 70,000. Now we could argue this is just rage bait, and hey, maybe that is what she's doing. But Amberlynn Reed has described herself as just a quirky girl who's living her best life and gets compliments everywhere she goes.
I just complimented my hair. I'm not mad about it. So I literally was complimented over 30 times. I'm not kidding. Someone just complimented my outfit and I just thought it was like the sweetest thing. I'm like, okay. After I was like complimented by tons of other guys.
Again, some people think that it is rage bait because she does call herself a dainty queen, which honestly, iconic. And apparently she has major pick-me vibes because she's so different from other girls because she's very into self-care.
One thing about me, I don't like sitting back in chairs. I like to sit with my back straight up, ready to rumble.
And girls, keep in mind, I'm saving you from falling down the rabbit hole by summarizing all of this for you so that neither of us have to think about this ever again, but you don't want to fall down this hole. You don't want to travel to girl world. Please don't. Please don't. Don't do it. Okay. I did the traveling for you. I got the passport stamp for you. Now, this 34-year-old woman films herself acting like a toddler and treating her partners with cruelty. But generally, it just seems like she's insufferable and loves to throw tantrums. Like more tantrums than my almost 2-year-old.
We went into Texas Roadhouse today and when we went to go sit down, there was this girl. To me, it looked like she was maybe like 50 pounds bigger than me. I couldn't help but almost like judge this the obese girl. Like I was more so looking at her thinking, I'm so sad for her. Why is she eating out? I almost wanted to grab her and just be like, eat healthy, lose weight. If I could change anything, it would be like your priorities. What does that mean? I just feel like maybe your priorities are a little off. There are girls outside right now that are taking selfies in front of a rock wall. Are you seriously showing them? Can you see anything?
I can.
I would go back down.
Now, one thing I knew about Amberlynn Reed prior to even falling down this rabbit hole was that she is a well-documented liar, to the point where it does just seem like it's all rage bait. And as most of us know, that's not a sustainable way to have a career on the internet. But she has told so many lies that it is literally, that's how she pronounces it, impossible to cover them all. But why don't we try? Amberlynn accuses her ex of assault and grape without the G.
I still remember the first time she ever got physical. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk and I remember her dropping what was in her hands and she took me by the throat and she started yelling at me. She really thought I was attractive. She really was sexually attracted to me and she always wanted to like have sex. And she would literally sit there and beg me. At first it was like cute little begs. It became, you're gonna touch me whether you like it or not. That's when she started punching me a lot. I was pretty much being like,
Amber started dating her ex when her ex was 15 years old. She dead names her ex, and her ex is Casey and uses he/him pronouns. Her ex made a video about it and said that it wasn't true. Amber then deleted her own video and then made a new one with a dumb poem in it.
admit the guilt you you've sown like a misguided basket case of poison sentences. RAPE, rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. My mental hygiene has been rotten and stirred.
Her since retracted accusations still impact Casey to this day. And it's been over a decade since she lied about him assaulting her. And then there's the lie saying that her ex isn't a feeder. Also, quick note, all of this is alleged, okay? It's all alleged, all opinions. Calm down. But hey, turn back now. Because what's a feeder, you might ask? My God, that scene, the scene from the movie Seven, you know, the one with the bucket and the guy chained to the table. What's in the box? Anyways, from the National Library of Medicine, Feederism is a fat fetish subculture in which individuals eroticize weight gain and feeding. Feeders are individuals who claim to become sexually aroused by feeding their partners and encouraging them to gain weight. Conversely, feeders are individuals who claim to become sexually aroused by eating, being fed, and the idea or act of gaining weight. Very little is known about this population. And an example of this...
It's so good. I'm getting a little full of cookies, but I can't stop wanting more.
I'm sorry. Amberlynn dated a woman named Emily, who she often refers to as Tommy. Amber made several claims that Emily was not a feeder. Turns out that was a lie, straight from the pit of hell.
You're a lie. I am with Tommy still. Tommy is not a feeder. It was just a way for them to make money. It wasn't something they did in their alone time, if that makes sense.
Now prepare your eyes for some of the most disturbing images featuring Emily. This image is of Emily laying on top of her now deceased fiance's stomach. Her deceased fiance, Colleen, allegedly weighed over 1,000 pounds at one point and unfortunately passed in a facility due to complications stemming from obesity. And the caption from that screenshot, which that is what the post is, a screenshot, and it says, "When your girlfriend is literally the queen of the FA stands for Fat Admirer, universe." Now there is a good amount of proof that Amberlynn Reed's ex, Emily, was a feeder and also went by the online alias Willow and Oak. But let's get on to the further lies from Amberlynn Reed. Now, she has constantly said on her channel many times, this is not a weight loss channel, and that is a lie.
Hi, my name is Amberlynn, and I wanted to start a YouTube channel for weight loss. I want to weigh myself every day. I want to see myself fluctuate. I have done Weight Watchers quite a few times. I want to follow my weight loss doctor's orders to lose weight. Come along on my journey. I want my channel to be focused on positivity, weight loss, health.
But remember, this is not a weight loss channel.
This channel is not a weight loss channel.
Now, you could argue that it's not a weight loss channel. It's like a lifestyle because this is her lifestyle and the content she's making. Okay, that's fine. But two things can be true at once. A million things can be true at once. And some of these are nitpicky. Some of these are just like, okay, who cares if she lied about that? It doesn't affect anybody. But I do think it's important to show a pattern of behavior, right? So for instance, she lied and said that her fiance bought her an engagement ring. She later said, or it came out, that she purchased the engagement ring and her fiance's engagement ring.
I'm also saying that Becky paid for the ring, and that I paid for the ring, and I just want to say that Becky actually paid for it. She gets commissions for her art, so I don't know. That just made me sad that a lot of people were just like, "Oh my God, you paid for your own ring." Da, da, da. It's almost like even if I did, who cares? But I didn't.
Now let's talk about Twinkie. No, and I'm not talking about the apocalypse-proof snack. I'm talking about animal abuse. Amberlynn Reed is a documented neglectful pet owner, and many claim that she is an animal abuser. She's recently been accused of letting one of her cats, who she described as her best friend, out of her house when she was visiting her ex-girlfriend, Emily, in Wisconsin in the middle of winter. And she allegedly did this in order to get Emily to allow her to stay longer in Wisconsin. Nothing like letting your cats freeze just so you can manipulate your partner, right? Amberlynn's beloved dog, Twinkie, was allegedly in massive amounts of pain, and she ignored this, lied about not having a 24/7 clinic or emergency vet near her, and then went out to eat at Chili's instead. Because, you know, chicken crispers. I do love a Chili's, but not more than my dog. One of my favorite laws is that Amberlynn Reed is an award-winning dancer and choreographer. This is one of her longest running lies. It started at the beginning of her channel a decade ago and continues to this day.
I choreographed dances for myself to do talent shows, which I won every single one I ever did. I choreographed dances for other people. I was also in a dance group. It was called Space. I used to dance. Dance was my life. If you guys have been watching for a while, dance was my passion. It can't be now because I literally can't dance. My body prevents me from that. So it was really wild to see like how bad I did.
The Feederism claims aren't the only messy relationship aspects of her. Beck, who uses they them pronouns, is also Amberlynn Reed's ex-fiance. I have a question. How many times has this person been engaged?
The limit does not exist.
They asked Amber to stop talking about them once they broke up. Amber refused and continued to talk shit. Finally, years later, Beck came out with several shocking admissions about how abusive Amberlynn was towards them and how it impacted their life, friendships with others, their roommates' lives, and more. And here is a particularly disturbing story that Beck shared.
Wiping her, she would use washcloths to wipe. She would set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would turn herself around to wipe herself on it. And then she would throw them away. Our roommates started to notice that their late mother's washcloths were disappearing. And they confronted her about it, and she wanted me to lie to them for her, but I didn't. She ended up buying more washcloths for herself, and instead of throwing them away, she had me wash them in the sink and then put them in the washer. Wiping ended up being the lesser of two evils at the time.
All Beck wants is for Amber to take accountability, and Amber isn't doing that. As Beck has pointed out, Amber is doing an abuse tactic called Darvo. This is what Darvo stands for. The main thing that happens in Darvo is the abuser will actually switch the roles and make themselves out to be the victim. And while Amber claims to have taken accountability, in every single one of the streams where she has taken accountability, she keeps saying, well, Beck was abusive too. You don't know what Beck has done to me. All while continuing to spew lies by saying, Beck wasn't really a caretaker. Beck didn't do this for me. Beck didn't do this for X amount of time. It was a shorter amount of time. Blah, 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 blah. So then Beck replied to the blame reversal live stream with a bullet-pointed list of all the arguments that Amber made. One of the arguments that Amber made was that Beck only wiped her for 9 months.
Now, the girl world community refers to that as #Wipegate. And unfortunately, that's not the only #gate of it all that we have here with Amberlynn Reed. There's also Washclothgate, which is yet another example of her being absolutely diabolical.
Basically, if Amber just owned up to everything, none of this would have happened. But basically, Beck was like, Amber, if you're not going to own up to everything I did, I'm going to spill the reason why I ended up wiping you. And you heard it at the beginning of the video. It was because Amber was using and stealing their roommate's late mother's washcloths. Obviously, this news shocked the community, and we have dubbed this Washclothgate. Amber then raged in her Stream Queens number 7. She was dead naming them, misgendering them, trying to attack their partner, swearing up and down that Beck was lying. But here's the thing. Amber basically said, I apologized for Washclothgate in the past to my roommates. So then Amber said it did actually happen.
Now, #Wipegate and #Washclothgate do overlap a bit, so keep in mind that both were occurring during the time that Amberlynn dated and became engaged to Beck. And if you're wondering how this played out, here is an artist rendering. Again, I'm sorry, but allegedly Amberlynn abused Beck in other ways as well. Beck also claimed that Amberlynn Reed made her play this game called Choosy that Amberlynn created herself. And it's this monotonous game that would span over days and days.
The thing that took up a lot of time was this game that she would force me to play called Choosy.
A while ago, we made up this game called like the Choosy game.
Where she would take a bunch of like thousands of stickers, like she bought bulk stickers, and had me pick between them all the way down until I picked one single sticker to be the best sticker of all.
The Choosy game is where, you know, if you have a lot of one item, you like gather it up and you have to choose your favorite. But how you do so is you pick 2 and then you have to choose your favorite out of the 2, and then you save the favorite and throw away the least favorite, and then you continue going and going and going until they're all gone. And then all the ones you chose the first round go into the second round, and it's like continuous, and then it's like continuous, and then at the end you have like a favorite of whatever.
And she made me do this with buttons and earrings.
So we're about to do it with my stud earrings. So here are my stud earrings, and we're about to go through each and every single one, but she's gonna choose her overall favorite currently.
All right, you guys, we have to do this for days. We can't leave.
Y'all thought that Monopoly was bad? This is worse. Amberlynn apparently made Beck pick fake lint off of Amberlynn's back for so long that Beck's arms would hurt. Like a little monkey? What? And of course, Amberlynn, being the trash that she is, makes light of these types of claims.
What is going on? I cannot believe what Beck said in their new videos. He used to make Beck pretend to pick lint off her back. Amberlynn used to set a timer for like 45 minutes, an hour. Beck would ask for a break because Beck's hand is cramping up, like Beck's getting tired. And Amberlynn used to be like, okay, you can have a break. And then Amberlynn would pause the timer, let Beck have a break, and then she'd restart the timer. Like, so Beck wasn't done.
Amberlynn Reed has also been accused of getting physical with Jade, aka Wifey, as she's lovingly known as, and someone named Destiny, which is another ex-partner. But this woman's dating history is insane. And there have been text messages shown that show admissions of Amberlynn Reed screaming at them and punching walls. Now let's get on to the I'm not a predator lie. My God, did I just sound like Michaela Naguera? Amberlynn Reed and her ex-partner Destiny, when they were both 18 years old or older, used to hang out with a 15-year-old named Libby. Amberlynn Reed made very inappropriate jokes, requests, and inappropriate videos with this 15-year-old Libby when Amberlynn Reed was an adult.
Every time we kind of like see each other, we would click really, really well because her mature level is pretty high. And I had no idea she was 15.
Amberlynn Reed discussed sex around this 15-year-old, filmed her in the shower, and also gave her alcohol on camera.
We have black olives. We have refried beans. Libby, you want to show them your bathing suit? Oh, okay. It's cute. Serious right now. Do not. Destiny. Oh, that was so weird. In my ear. Are you crying? Don't cry about it. Libby, get out of the shower. What the fuck? Why do you keep telling me like 3 times? Oh, yes. She broke the hair flip. Yes.
Amberlynn Reed allegedly thinks that it's cute to troll her viewers and the people who don't like her mostly and play into the whole predator thing, I guess. For instance, she's singing the song Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, specifically the probably A minor part. And we could be like, oh, well, that's just a trendy song. But I feel like if you have those accusations, you wouldn't be doing that. What? But of course, why would you think that there's anything wrong with that when you openly support predators?
Gossip train. Toxic gossip train. Toxic gossip train.
Amberlynn Reed also admitted to having a huge crush on Billie Eilish when Amberlynn Reed was an adult and Billie Eilish was still a child, a minor. But don't worry, because Amberlynn Reed said that Billie Eilish is mature for her age, so it's okay. That's illegal. That's something a predator would say. Mature for your age is crazy. Up until late last year, 2024, those videos were still on the internet. For instance, we have a tweet here from the end of January 2025 this year that says Amberlynn Reed deleting videos of Libby after being accused of dating a minor is exactly what I'd expect from a guilty person. Yikes. How does Amber keep getting worse? 10 plus years of this horrible person being allowed on the internet. I'll never understand. And someone posted and said, pardon my ignorance, but what did the emojis in Pookie's Instagram bio mean? And this is from Amberlynn Reed's Instagram, and it's a seductive seal, as we call it on this channel, and a skunk and a shark. I think it's a shark. And someone commented and said, blubbery, stinky predator. I cannot. Honestly, we have barely scratched the surface with the first queen of Girl World. But to end off this first little segment, let's end off with one of my favorite things. That time that Amberlynn Reed diagnosed herself with ASMR. That's not a typo. That's not me misreading something, but it is hilarious. Same girl, I just got diagnosed with KFC. I just got diagnosed with LGBTQ AI+. Emphasis on the B and the Q. Those levels were high. And then also, there's the time that allegedly she didn't shower for an entire year. Again, these things could literally just be rage bait. They probably are just rage bait, but like, is it worth it? Clearly not. Now on to the next queen of Girl World, which is Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty, also known as Chantal Marie, is 41 years old, lives in Kuwait, is rumored to cosplay as a Muslim revert, which we will discuss a bit further. Married, allegedly. Put a pin in that. She's a YouTuber with over 106,000 followers, is known for using filters to the max during her videos, but she claims that she doesn't use them, only to turn around and tell on herself, stating that she does indeed use filters. Started uploading on her YouTube channel in 2014, but it wasn't until 2017 that one of her mukbang videos went viral. Much like Amberlynn Reed, Foodie Beauty is a well-known liar, an alleged narcissist and/or sociopath, and she has also been involved in countless controversies. She's also been accused of being racist, homophobic, and an animal abuser. How delightful. She's also doxed content creators and viewers. Like I said, on YouTube, she has over 106,000 followers, and then she has a YouTube couples channel with over 10,000 followers. She deleted TikTok, and then also goes back and forth and makes it private multiple times. And then on Instagram, she has 2,900-ish followers, which seems real low. Chantal Marie started a YouTube channel over a decade ago, but her channel didn't take off until she started making mukbang content. Mukbang content is eating videos, basically. Sit down, chatting, eating, and more specifically, eating massive quantities of food on camera while chatting with her followers and fans. At first, viewers thought Chantal was a friendly Canadian version of Amberlynn Reed, emphasis on at first. She appeared goofy and unapologetic for her behavior.
It's exciting dating because I'm kind of being like a hoe.
I'm a successful businesswoman.
But it didn't take long for Chantal, aka Foodie Beauty, to change, or, as some hypothesize, have her true colors show.
Number one, I'm pretty, okay? Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege.
She also started using filters to the point where she's become unrecognizable. Her life has changed drastically since she has started her YouTube channel. She's gone from a long-term relationship to chasing an undesirable and violent man all over Canada, to meeting a Muslim man and reverting to Islam, and then marrying this man after only 3 months and moving to Kuwait. It's a lot of red flags, to say the least.
As a Christian, I didn't feel connected fully somehow, but I couldn't quite place my feelings. Months later, after nearly giving up on love, God sent me Salah, my beautiful husband, and I went to Kuwait to marry him. Salah is a Muslim man.
Salah's boring.
Salah's not boring.
Even if I'm boring, why are you watching me? Right? Just easy. Press unsubscribe and don't watch. Don't come here. Don't even chat. Don't even talk. Just kill yourself, please.
Shortly after being in the Middle East, I became a hijabi, and I can't explain the level of peace I now felt. And love, and just total acceptance in every way. Support from my husband.
Reply to that is, I don't care, kiss my big butt, and I'm raging. Do you know what I mean?
And for this, I owe Allah my life. I decided that a life of servitude to Allah is what brings me the most peace. And I have failed many times to be a quote-unquote good Muslim, as I've allowed emotions and trauma to get the best of me at times, and I still struggle with many demons in my life. However, I will never give up trying. Allahu Akbar. Thank you for watching my story.
Many of her fans and the haters of Girl World have tried to warn Chantal that this man is a scammer and that he just wanted to marry her so that he could get a green card or citizenship or whatever to move to Canada. And people still tell her this and believe this today, but it does seem like she just ignores them and writes them off as haters. And this man, Salah, perhaps he didn't know how bad Foodie Beauty's financial situation was, and that she allegedly owes the government tens of thousands of dollars in taxes and hasn't paid taxes and has filed for bankruptcy twice.
I declare bankruptcy!
Needless to say, the honeymoon phase did not last long for them, because allegedly he cheated on her with one of her fans, like one of her followers, when they were visiting Canada over Christmas break. Ew. And this situation is known as #Poopgate, because of course there's got to be a gate with every situation. It's got to be memorialized with a name. Now, apparently he cheated on Chantal with someone named Kybella, which Kybella is like a weight loss injection. What do y'all naming your kids? I mean, it's a pretty name, but it just seems ironic.
Salah, thank you so much, babe. He did confirm that this was him. So every minute, every second, when you go outside your home and walk, your mind will be thinking how to worship me. When you go bathroom, you will think that your face on the toilet and I'm going to pee and poop on your face. When you sleep, you will think that you are sleeping under the bed and on top of you on the bed like a king. I love how a kink for him is sleeping in the bed, because we know he can't sleep in the bed with Chantal because he doesn't sit and he has to sleep on the couch. So getting hot and heavy for him is being allowed in the bed. You are worthless, just like my garbage bin. I'm going to spit on your face so much. This is him just complaining about an ex that Kybella had told him about that she had. I think he's jealous that the man got money and he didn't. So when you have money, you're going to send me to, because I owned you. I will take your money and it's honourable to you. For sure, my slave. This is just a rough artist rendition of what the screenshots look like. Use your imagination. I will do all of these with you and humiliate you. I'm going to spit a lot on your face and stomp your goddamn face and pee on you.
So, spoiler, once a cheater, always a cheater. And allegedly he cheated again, at least twice that we allegedly know of.
You know what's funny? He wanted me to protect him and not go live and say that it was him. No, I would never leave you. I love you. No, you don't. You don't love me. You don't. And that's obvious now for sure. Like, people were right about you. That's the other worst part. Cheated with a beast. Can you imagine? I don't think my life, like, oh no, it could get worse. I can't jinx it because it's on a roll. What kind of trashy attention seeking are you, Kybella? Like, you ruined her family for her?
This is Kybella, and she was a paying member in Foodie's chat for quite a while. She posted this to her Twitter account. It says, "You know what I had to do to get Sala's attention, Chantal? Follow him. That's all I did. He took an interest in me, and I took full advantage of it. I don't know how else to tell you, girl. Call me up all you want, but your man made all the first moves. I promise you."
Not Chantal calling me over when her husband was trying to convince me to go take out a loan so I can go and be with him for the next 2 weeks while she was in Canada. I mean, if it wasn't me, it was going to be somebody else, Chantal. Your husband isn't faithful. Your marriage is fake. You're impulsive. You married somebody you didn't even know.
Sala also made a community post addressing the situation, definitely written by Chantal though. Shortly after that, she made a video titled, "I Love Him," in which she stated that she decided to forgive him and move on, and that you can love someone and still cheat on them. Chantal decided to give the relationship another try and insisted Kybella and Sala only talked one time, and that's as far as it went. Kybella then leaked the pictures Sala sent her. Chantal then made a community post stating she was leaving the internet for a very long time and proceeded to defend Sala and bash Kybella. She also starts to hint that she will be returning to Kuwait, leaving her health and weight loss surgery journey behind, just to keep a close eye on Sala.
I'm not here to talk about any drama, anything going on in my marriage.
But I just feel really down because, you know, I miss my pets and I miss Kuwait. When you go through something like that, like imagine going through something like that and not being with the person to reconcile it in person and like, or just like talk it out in person. It's all like, part of me just wants to run back right away. But like, I'm just trying to be patient because I have a lot I have to do here.
Kay Bella recently came out with even more messages between she and Sella. Turns out they were talking for almost 2 weeks straight.
So if there's one thing I regret the most, it's impulsively coming on here and doing that live stream talking about my private matters online. So I'll just come right out and say I've decided to make my marriage work. This is a one-time occurrence. I'm not naive and will say for certain it will never happen again. Nothing has happened like this before, but even the screenshots that were revealed between him and this show Salah saying he has never talked to any other woman, etc., etc.
Now, Chantal, being the real smarty pants that she is, threatened this other woman and then forgave Salah, which I don't understand why. I'll never understand that. But hey, I'm not in that relationship. Thank God.
Doing this video to come on here and let you know that I will not be addressing my relationship. I will be keeping that 100% offline. I will be in my videos alone. I will be doing content about me mostly. Even if I travel with my husband, I will be the star of the videos. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with the couples channel. I don't know if this is a forever thing, but it's gonna be for a long while. I'm not going to ever mention anything about my relationship, my husband.
You would think that after your alleged spouse, but your spouse cheats on you and like that becomes public, allegedly cheats on you and that becomes public. I'm tired of saying allegedly. Apply alleged. We're under the alleged umbrella, right? Everything in this video is alleged. Thank you. So you would think that after they cheat on you, you wouldn't post, like if you do stay with them and you're a content creator and like they've been a part of your content, that you wouldn't open yourself up to that scrutiny. But she's still to this day talks about how he cheated on her and features him in content and makes couples content with him and talks about their relationship constantly. Weird. Since moving to Kuwait, Foodie Beauty's health has taken a nosedive and many suspect that she's gained over 100 pounds, which she vehemently denies, but one could argue that you can see it. Now that we have gone over the basics, let's go ahead and get into more. There's more. Let's go ahead and get into more of Chantal's controversies. Foodie Beauty is a racist. That's an opinion, not defamation. Foodie Beauty, Chantal Marie, has been called out for continuously making racist remarks throughout her YouTube career, which has been over a decade now. And I wanted to include this one because y'all know I love like a clout goblin versus commentary creator rift. I do love it. A little back and forth, nothing spicier, okay? So that's what this little rift is about.
Let's find out what Chantal herself considers to be racism. And we can use that as a benchmark to compare everything else to.
Respecting an entire culture and religion when you literally sit there purposely and mispronounce his name over and over, which is racist.
Okay, so according to Chantal, you are disrespecting someone's culture and being racist when you purposely mispronounce someone's name. Let's talk about a key moment in Chantal's racist history. There's a creator on YouTube who makes videos about Chantal and other creators, and her name is Charlie Gold. And Charlie Gold is a woman of color. And that shouldn't really matter, but for some reason it really does to Chantal. So what does she have to say about Charlie?
Piece of shit. So here's the thing. Charlie Cole.
Mispronouncing someone's name and calling a woman of color Charlie Cole? What did you say earlier, that mispronouncing someone's name is a disrespect of their culture and is racist? Now yes, Charlie Gold probably isn't her real name and the Gold is just a username she goes by on YouTube, but it just doesn't sit right, does it? Calling a person of color Cole.
I know a criminal when I see one.
Now this is Charlie Gold and people have varying opinions about her, which are neither here nor there. But what is it about this face that to Chantal screams a criminal? It can't be because she's a person of colour, Chantal. Surely not. You would never. Chantal did apologise for this comment. Specifically apologised in this whole video here while eating fried chicken. Now I'm not going to show you any clips from this apology because she actually walks back this apology. She changes her mind and I'm just going to show you.
Sorry that I ever explained myself for my comments about Charlie, about calling her Cole, because I wasn't being racist. And I firmly believe that and I should have stood by. I'm sorry that I ever apologized for being racist.
She's sorry that she ever apologized.
So not only racism, Foodie Beauty is also just not nice to women, which, hey, one could argue that all my content is about women and I just tear women down. Real women support women. No, girl, real women protect other women. Listen, I might not support you. I might not even like you, but I will not leave you in a room with a creepy man. I will protect you in a bar bathroom if someone's being a bitch to you. It doesn't even matter if I don't like you. I will not let you walk down an alley alone. Listen, I don't like Michaela Noguera. Would fight someone in a bathroom for her if they were like coming at her, you know? I don't know why I keep going to a bathroom. And isn't calling out humans in general, but women for their shitty behavior, protecting other women? One could argue so. Either way, you're delusional if you think I don't like women. I love women. Probably more than Amberlynn Reed. So Chantal Marie is someone who pops off consistently, I could argue, towards other creators, commentary channels who talk about her, which, girl, please, I love it. I was just thinking last night, like I am fiending for another era on my channel. It's been like a month. I haven't had one in like a month. I need it. Chantal, I'm counting on you. But that's not it. Because, hey, that's pretty common, you know, not liking reaction channels, even though it's like, hey, all we did was have an opinion about what you put out on the internet. How about you don't put that out on the internet then, right? But she's also, more often than not, rude to people who have dated her ex-partners and then also her followers as well, which is interesting. And here are a few glorious examples.
He can do whatever the f he wants to her, and she'll eat it up because her ex gave her several black eyes, and she doesn't give. She's like, yes, another, please. Here, hit me. Yeah, because you're a full life piece. You love it. You love. There's more plaster patches on her condo wall. There's more. Oh no. See him being violent to her. I don't care. I don't. I do not feel 1% bad for anything that happens to Dee Dee. I don't give a I don't care. Nope. Even if more videos come out, I don't care. I have a dead heart for any of those people. Even if I see him being violent to her, I don't care. I don't. Yeah, I'm an empath.
Chantal laughs about domestic abuse. She's claimed that the same man that she's talking about in this video, who she was in a very short relationship with, abused her. She has walked back this claim several times online and to police. But again, when people lie about things constantly, it shows a pattern that you are not a reliable narrator. There is evidence that this man has abused the woman that Chantal is laughing about in said video, who is still his partner today. That's terrifying. And for added context there, apparently while Chantal was like still madly in love with this guy, this other woman that Chantal's laughing at in said video, that's when she started dating the guy. So someone seems a little bit bitter. Also, apparently this psychopath, the man, will try to copyright strike my video or have it taken down for privacy claims or something if you say his name in a video. So my researcher didn't even include his name in the script, which I love that. In my opinion, Chantal is a vile human being and she has no empathy for actual victims of domestic violence, which, yeah. Gross. Also, Chantal really seems to love shitting on people's physical appearances, which, hey, if you're like making fun of someone's makeup and like they are being a shitty person, okay, because makeup is something you can change, right? Or like if someone's a really big scammer or like an abusive man and you're like, sir, you're saying that to me with those stuck out ears? Listen, awesome. I'll love it. Let's bully shitty people, right? But that doesn't seem like the case with what she's doing. And it's just like, girl, the audacity.
You literally are talking about me eating pizza when your chins are like 500 times bigger than mine.
She also loves telling people to sit and spin, which is like, go F yourself, basically, which is super ironic based on this incident that happened when Salah took her to a playground or like a camp in the middle of a desert.
Go sit and spin.
Just a reminder, Foodie Beauty couldn't even sit and spin.
Look, it's squeaky as hell. Look how it's squeaky.
Help me get up.
Babe, you cannot move?
I'm stuck.
Oh my god, she's stuck.
In yet another disrespectful act towards women, Chantal has been told multiple times not to film other people in Kuwait without their permission. And obviously, like, the culture and laws and things like that are different, right? In the US, at least, in public spaces, there's no expectation of privacy and you can film anyone doing anything, right? However, with like YouTube videos though, you can do a privacy complaint, just so you know, if you've ever been in, not that people from Kuwait are watching my videos, but you get it. You can do a privacy claim and put in there like, hey, I'm in the background of this video and I like did not give my permission. And then the person will have to like blur out your face, right? Got it. Okay. Moving on. So Chantal claims that she loves how much privacy and respect that women are shown over there. However, this next clip says otherwise. Also, Milky refers to Salah as Chantal's son, just to be funny. So it's not actually her son, it's her husband.
So here we see Chantal and her son, Salah, going out for a family meal. Now, while this is a public restaurant, I would like to remind you that this is private property. This area is owned by the restaurant. People come here to have time to spend with their families. And I know that this is something Chantal truly admires about the Middle East. She respects and admires the privacy they put on people, especially women. And I know this because she's told us herself.
I love the privacy, I have to say.
She purposely wasn't ignoring the fact that women in the background were covering their faces when they noticed the camera. Again, if you watch this video, you'll see quite clearly many of the women in this video make eye contact with the camera and then proceed to cover their faces. And another one here, let's have a closer look, shall we? Again, I would like to remind you, this isn't just people resting their arms on the table. In the video, they clearly make eye contact, see a camera is in fact recording them, and then proceed to hide their selves and their identity from the character.
Also, another controversy, there's the like Salacious story times. And in this one, she's talking about how she has a homeless lover. Again, could it just be trolling? Okay, but like, could it just be a character? Okay, but even if it's a character and even if it's rage bait, like you still need to be held accountable for what the character is doing. You know, like you can't just use the Tucker Carlson defense here of like, oh, well, you know it's fake. And it's like, but you're still saying it, even if it's like satire. It's like, it's not.
So, my homeless lover. Okay, I mean, who here, raise your hand, yeah or nay, has been horny and lonely after going to a bar and getting drunk? Me. So basically, it was a night when I was going with this one girlfriend of mine to this local bar. Get to the bar, we're already half in the bag, acting like idiots. I'm around to the bar closing, and I got that feeling like, I don't want to go home, I don't want to get, you know, because I'm walking home. I see this guy. He wasn't too scruffy looking, but he was kind of scruffy, you know. And when I got to see him, his name was Todd. We started talking, and I was just like, I was attracted to him, you know. And I think he just, I don't know, he just really wanted some or something, you know. So got kicked out of his dad since I was an abusive asshole. So he'd been couch surfing, but his friend's girlfriend was like, you know, you can't stay here. There he was, in between places. So I didn't really care. I was just like, give me that D. We found a rock, a big rock, and we did it.
Mostly all of Chantal's story times could be filed under, you could not waterboard this out of me.
And I have been talking to this guy who lived in Ottawa. He was like, you know, we're looking for another girl to fool around with. You know, want to try having a threesome. So I was like, okay, you know, so am I. That's cool. And a change of underwear, a pack of condoms, and a 40-ounce bottle of liquor that was half finished already. Well, a quarter finished or so. I don't think I should have shown up there drunk because I was like, hey, you know, it's probably so annoying. From the get-go, the girlfriend, I don't know what her problem was. If she either wasn't attracted to me, or she didn't like me, and she was jealous. And then after a few minutes, she's like, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. And then the guy was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. Sorry, we're just really tired, you know. And I remember trying to sleep and looking out the window, and everything was spinning. Like it was just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And, oh my god. Naturally, I woke up to the feeling of having to be sick. I find the bathroom, get on my knees, start doing my thing. And so it comes out both ends. The barf goes projectile all over the wall. The poop goes all over the floor. No towels, no paper towel anywhere in the bathroom. No toilet paper. I didn't know what to do. I took my G-string off, cleaned up with some socks and some clothes I had in my bag. You know, I think I had a sweater or something in there. And I smelled bad.
And then here is one last gross story time. Again, I'm sorry. But hey, I'm saving you time. You don't have to go down the rabbit hole now, okay?
I was really desperate and lonely, and I was really, really desperate. I was having a craving. I had no food. I was really didn't have much money back then. And so I got desperate and called one of my lovers. This is bad. This is like low-key prostitution, but I offered him foreplay if he would come over and bring me a couple of Whoppers. I think it was Whopper Wednesday. And he got there, and I was so mad. It gets worse. I was so mad and pissy that he forgot the zesty sauce for my onion rings that I only let him squeeze my boobs.
Honestly, this woman lies so much. It's hard to tell what is truth, what is lie, what is rage bait. Even if it's rage bait, it's still a lie, right? If it's not truth, it's a lie. So let's talk about some of the most outrageous lies that she's told, just to narrow it down. Foodie Beauty lies about smoking weed since becoming a Muslim.
So, yes, I do smoke. All right? I get weed products. In Thailand and Canada, where it's legal, I will smoke weed. I'm still struggling with giving it up fully. And if I say no, when people ask me or I'm avoiding, it's on purpose because it's none of your business.
Foodie Beauty lies about being financially supported by her quote-unquote husband.
It is at this point I would like to remind everybody that once upon a time, Chantal was living with an immigrant from the country of Senegal in Africa. This immigrant paid for her entire existence. He paid for her rent, he paid for her car, and he paid for the food she ate. The food she eventually built her career on, the career that Salah jumped on.
Foodie Beauty lies about the reasons why she wanted to and wears a hijab.
I'm probably going to start wearing hijabs.
Okay.
Because they cover you pretty well. Like I like having my head covered if I don't have my wigs on. You think I should only wear it if I'm Islamic?
Probably.
Okay, I'm Islamic.
Foodie Beauty lies about knowledge of bipolar disorder.
Bipolar runs in my immediate family, so it's genetic as well. What is bipolar? Is that like what's the actual name of the disorder? Is that what it is? Seriously, because I'm serious. If I need I used to think people are just hating, but if I actually have some kind of mental issue I need addressed, I need to get it fixed for the love of God.
Foodie Beauty lies about her beliefs on abortion.
Grandma, were you and Pete's engaged and expect? Yes, we were. And one baby, not two, by the way.
I don't see the abortion issue the same way as other people, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I know it's weird because I've had two and I'm not pro-abortion, but I don't believe in using it as a form of contraception, which is kind of what I did.
Foodie Beauty lies about being a victim of domestic violence. She does go back and forth on this, whether her ex did it or did not physically abuse her countless times.
Did I ever say he beat me? No, I never said that. And I just remember you fucking punched me. And he's like, yeah, a few times. He hit me in my face so hard that I just I fell back. I felt I was crying and then I felt blood. And he's like, no, you had a nosebleed before that.
He like punched my arm or something. I was like, what? Did he like actually like punch my arm? I felt like something like hard in my face. I didn't see him hit me, but I feel like punched me in the arms a bunch of times.
Foodie Beauty lies about her weight.
I'm extremely elated to share with you that my weigh-in was 159.5 kgs. My weigh-in at the doctor was 166.6. The last time I weighed in on camera, last week, I was 161 point something. Now I'm 159.5. So not a huge loss, but I'm officially down like 15 pounds.
According to her, she is now 350 pounds. So I thought we'd take a look at what 350 pounds looked like in some of her earlier videos and compare to today.
Body weight is 353.2 pounds.
What? No, ma'am. No, how?
Now let's compare to her at supposedly 350 pounds today.
So I got a iced latte with sugar-free vanilla.
In this clip, she weighs herself and gives full body shots. It's clearly closer to the size she is today.
Body weight is 399.4 pounds.
Now let's talk about alleged food addiction, which that is a real thing. Obviously, Foodie Beauty has repeatedly shared that she's addicted to food. She frequently and too often eats very large quantities of food on the internet, on camera, and engages in self-harm or self-injury types of behaviors regarding that. And due to that, her health is quickly deteriorating. Now, Chantal's behavior is cyclical, as it can be with an eating disorder or a food addiction. And it has been well documented, obviously, because it's been online for years now, but it has been well documented by commentary channels and reaction channels.
Believe it now, I need to do this, and I know my life will be a lot better 365 days from now, 364 days from now. Because I don't know if I can handle another binge and the guilt and the despair. So whenever I made that video, I'm never going to binge again. At that time, in that mind frame, I was on a high. I'm eating myself to death. My new attitude is my weight, my health, what I eat is my business.
And then comes the final stage, the cover-up. She doesn't just pretend it never happened, she erases the evidence. Every time she makes a grand speech about self-improvement, those videos mysteriously disappear once she inevitably fails. But here's the problem with this. For every live stream she deletes, there are dozens of reaction channels, archives, and entire communities dedicated to preserving her every misstep. And this isn't just about a few trolls making fun of her. It's about an entire reaction community that thrives on holding her accountable in ways she refuses to do herself.
Now, keep in mind, YouTube does have a policy in their terms of service regarding self-harm, suicide, and eating disorders, which a lot of people have brought up concerns with when it comes to Eugenia Cooney, which I personally will not be covering Eugenia Cooney in this video. She is technically a part of the Girl World universe, but I will not be discussing her. Many people who watch my channel know that I did struggle previously with an eating disorder, with anorexia, and I did go to treatment for it. Some people may think that it sounds mean, but to put this very bluntly, even just looking at Eugenia Cooney is extremely triggering for me. And I think that she is negligent and knows exactly what she's doing. And she knows that she's sick and she needs to not be on the internet at all. There are many people who have done videos on her, and many of my colleagues have met her and said that she's so sweet. And that might be the case, sure, but no. Even just looking at her is extremely triggering, and I'm not going to put myself or other people through that. And we could say the same thing for these gals as well, but I personally am triggered by Eugenia Cooney and not these two. So that's that on that. I just wanted to mention that since we were talking about eating disorders and that being against the terms of service for YouTube. Now, YouTube's terms of service policy with suicide, self-harm, and eating disorders. Let's read over that. So it says, at YouTube, we take the health and well-being of all of our creators and viewers seriously. Awareness and understanding of mental health is important, and we support creators sharing their stories, such as posting content discussing their experiences with depression, self-harm, eating disorders, and other mental health issues. However, we do not allow content that promotes suicide, self-harm, or eating disorders that is intended to shock or disgust or poses a considerable risk to viewers. In my opinion, that's what I think the people included in this video, the content creators included in this video, what they are doing. Now, this article from Science Direct does say that disordered eating behaviors such as binging, purging, overexercising, or restricting food intake may function as a form of non-suicidal self-injury. Now, obviously, I'm not a professional. Yes, I've been through treatment for this specific topic, but I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a healthcare professional, a mental health professional, anything like that, right? So this is all just my own opinion and the opinion of professionals on the internet and non-professionals on the internet. So here are some examples of Foodie Beauty breaking the terms of service.
Oh my God. Okay, no more, because I could literally eat the whole jar. That was not even filling. That's not good. This spaghetti is so good. But they don't give you enough spaghetti. Like, I could eat this in like 3 bites. I really gotta do some cooking videos. This is a 6 a.m. spaghetti. 6 a.m. Remember my mac and cheese at 5 a.m.? Let's start with the parm. There we go. Don't beat around the bush.
On to the next accusation. Now, it seems like you can't be a content creator in this girl world type of community without animal abuse allegations. That's a prerequisite, apparently. This one is worse, though. So let's go ahead and head right back on over to Milky Chai on TikTok. Again, shout out Milky Chai. You're an icon.
Chantal Marie has 2 cats. Had 2 cats, one of them being BBJ. BBJ is an older cat between the ages of 17 and 21, who, not once, but twice, she let the nails of her cat grow so long that the nails grew into the pads of her paws and was so incredibly painful that the cat stopped eating. It's happened not once but twice. Thankfully now that cat is out of her hands as she decided to give up both her pets to run away to Kuwait to be with her new husband, the love of her life. But while in Kuwait, she decided, let's get another pet, and she got the hamster Harry. Now Harry originally was a pair, Harry and Mary. Chantal thought it would be a great idea to keep a male and female hamster together in the same cage, but had to get rid of Mary after everyone on YouTube told her what a bad idea that was. I want to show you Harry's cage. This is the tiny cage Harry the hamster is currently residing in. He continuously chews on the bars, as Chantal likes to tell us. I wonder why. I'm sure he's just desperate to get out and to have a cuddle. I just did one quick Google search, but this is the proper cage that is expected for a hamster. Hamsters require a good few inches of bedding as they are burrowing animals. There's a lot more details in it than that, but of course Chantal's happy to keep her hamster in a tiny little jail cell. I'd like to show you some of the living conditions of her cat BBJ while she was still around. Here we see BBJ's cat food on the floor, where the cat was expected to eat from. Just a pile of food tipped over onto the floor. I only have 3 minutes here, but I have a lot of videos and evidence, and Chantal telling us most of these things herself.
If that wasn't enough for you, there's the insensitive humor and postings. Jeffrey Dahmer's hilarious. And then apparently diabetes is very, very funny.
Jeffrey Dahmer. It's hard to hate that guy no matter what he did because he's so nice. I'm gonna get type 3 diabetes. I'm probably gonna be single after this live stream. But I have lots of money and I can always buy my love back.
But you know what is even more rage-inducing? Trigger warning. I don't even know how to preface that. Just trigger warning.
Song was about until recently, I swear. I was like, what? America, this is your f***ing culture. This is your new anthem. It is. Why do people not take me seriously? Why is it disrespectful? I'm on their side. It's not disrespectful. This song, Pumped Up Kicks, is actually satire. That's your national anthem.
America, that's your anthem. While she continues to try and grow a new audience over on TikTok with kids that are the age of the children that died in the school shooting that she is mocking.
So Chantal has mocked school shootings before and other terrorist-like attacks. Fabulous. My researcher literally put in our document, not sure if we want to include this, but she was laughing about people falling out of the Twin Towers while on fire, because that's hilarious, obviously. How is this person still on the internet? And again, is the rage bait worth it? Because you're not making that much money off of it. So it has to be some type of humiliation kink or villain kink where you want people to hate you. Is that what you want your legacy to be? Not that you're going to have a legacy, but could not be me. Yikes. Something that's less offensive but still gross is that many times she will just eat with her hands. Again, I don't like looking at anybody eating. Let me just reiterate, this has nothing to do with her weight specifically. I made the comment before, I had my editors take it out, but they can leave it in this time, that it's kind of like the argument of when people say oh, you just don't want to watch that mukbang or don't want to see this person eat because they're fat. You're okay with seeing a skinny person eat. And it's no. It's like when people say, I don't want to see two men making out. I don't want to see two women make out. And it's like, babe, I don't want to see anyone make out. It's like a dog eating spaghetti. I don't need to see that. Misophonia. Disgusting. I don't need to see you eat. No one eats in a sexy way. Also, gross. Please don't do it. Now I want spaghetti. I think I have some in my fridge. Not this video making me hungry. What is wrong with me?
This is interesting. Why do people think it's like gross to use your fingers? What is this? Sour cream. I mean, I wash my hands before I eat. I don't know. Like, this food is so good. I always get chicken. I don't like shrimp in a seafood, in a Mexican food context. I don't know why. Okay, don't look if you don't want to be grossed out. I did wash my hands just so that I could do this.
And then also, of course, medical misinformation. We love medical misinformation. Or is it disinformation? Because there's a difference. Misinformation, you don't know it's misinformation. Like, you don't know you're wrong. Disinformation, you're purposely sharing information that's wrong. So who knows? Chantal has said multiple times that she can cure or treat, solve, whatever, combat certain very concerning sugar levels, lab work with light exercise. And it's like, hey, no, you can't. And those numbers are extremely concerning.
I'm going to take my blood sugar because I do have that monitor now. And I want to show you guys what my blood sugar is. I have been taking my blood sugar. It's kind of a problem. Well, it is a problem, a big enough problem. Now, I did eat maybe like an hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half ago. So it's not going to be like a fasting blood sugar. But even my fasting blood sugar is like pretty high. So 316. That's really high from what I gather. You know, I know I'm not taking care of my health. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, you know, anyone with eyes can see that I'm not taking very good care of my health. Struggling with eating habits and lack of exercise. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I mean, I'm probably just going to do this list here. You know, lose weight. I need to be consistent with light exercise, even if it's just walking in the evening, because that will get cardiovascular system going, metabolism going.
Now for my favorite part. Chantal found a magic pill to solve all of her health issues. And when I say a magic pill, I mean a magic drink. And when I say a magic drink, I mean she joined a multi-level marketing company and tried to be a hashtag boss babe and sell people this drink and said it was going to help her. It didn't. Obviously, and won't, because it's an MLM, and that's just like not how anything works. It really just seems like she is invincible. She has shown her fasting blood sugar levels to be at a level that was like over 400, and people in the comments of that video were even saying like, shouldn't this like not be physically possible? How are you alive? What's going on? And then also she like almost drowned in a video too. That one was crazy, but she survived. Again, invincible.
22? No, that can't be right. What the hell? 22.6? That's insane. I don't know. But it's been high like that before.
What do you feel about your body now?
I feel okay. I took a pill. I'm gonna wait like a couple hours.
Go! Whoa! Are you okay, babe?
My shirt went over my head and almost drowned me.
Now, you've probably come to the same conclusion that I did, that, hey, this person's vile. They're just one of the worst people on the internet. And in my opinion, worse than Amberlynn Reed. I mean, actually, maybe not. They're both pretty awful. But she is endangering her health and well-being. Like, for what? A little amount of views? It's just wild, so confusing, and very concerning. It's very sad. Unfortunately, though, she also is a menace to society and the internet, but then also to those around her. We didn't even cover her history of driving. She's a danger to the people of Kuwait and the people of Canada. All in all, the girls are some of the worst people on the internet. Many people think that neither of these individuals should be on the internet. Actually, any of them, since we also talked about Eugenia Cooney for a second. I'm of the opinion that I don't think none of them should be on the internet. Anyone who does rage bait like that should not be on the internet, personally. But I would love to know what you think. So let me know what you think about Girl World. And if you're a part of it, if it's your guilty pleasure, if you've fallen down the rabbit hole, I want to know. And also which one of the two that we talked about, who do you think's worse? I think Chantal's worse. I do go back and forth though. But no, I do think Chantal's worse. Foodie Beauty. Do you think they're going to come after me? Do we hope they do? I hope they do. Been a little boring around here. Anyways, I hope that you are happy and healthy and know that your butt looks good. That's only if you're subscribed to me. If you are not subscribed, I don't care what your butt looks like because it doesn't look good. But hey, if you want me to tell you that your butt looks good, all you have to do is subscribe and these little end of video pep talks are for you. Remember that your feelings are valid. Remember that your body is your body and it's doing its job, babe. It's doing its job to the best of its ability. And that's wonderful. Personally, I am a believer of body neutrality instead of body positivity. You can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. I have found that that really has helped me. And hey, you're beautiful and I love you. I don't know. Do I? Maybe. All right. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.